Zacks Know Your Options, a weekly overview of unique option strategies and ideas designed to help you beat the market no matter which direction it's going. This time around, we're talking about Delta Force. Oh, an ominous title. Well, I don't know. Let's bring Kevin Matras in here, who's our options expert. He'll fill us in, I'm sure, on what he means by Delta Force. Sounds like an action thriller movie to me.
Right.
It's a great title. I don't know what the heck it's all about, but it's a great title.
Yeah, it's a great name. The Delta I'm talking about, though, is the one that applies to options. And in general, it is a way to measure how much your option will increase or decrease based on the underlying price movement of a stock.
Okay. Still sounds great, but I still don't know what we're talking about.
All right, check it out. The definition for delta as it applies to options is this. It is the percentage an option will increase or decrease in value in relation to the underlying stock. For example, a delta of 0.60 or 60% means the option will move or change in value equal to 60% of the underlying stock's price change, which means a $1 rise in the stock should see a 60-cent rise in the option premium. If the stock fell by $1, that means the option should decrease by 60 cents.
I'm following. Go ahead.
There's a second part, though, to understand delta. The delta will change. The delta itself will change. It will either increase or decrease in general based on how in the money or out of the money your option becomes.
Okay.
So, for instance, if a stock is trading at $85, like Amazon is, for example, and let's say you had a $95 out of the money call option with 4 months of time on it. That option might have a delta of 0.41 or 41%, and let's also say that option was priced at $6 or $600, all right? Now let's say the stock increased by $10. This means that out of the money call option with a delta of 41% would have increased by $4.10 or $410.
Out of money, that's me all the time.
Well, check this out. That option is out of the money, and remember, like we said earlier, an option's delta will increase or decrease based on how in the money or out of the money the option becomes.
Okay.
So, now your option is at the money. It was out of the money, now it's at the money. Instead of your delta being, let's say, 41%, now it may be 60%. So if Amazon were to then increase another $10, that option would now increase by another 60% or 60% of the $10 move, which is equivalent to $6, which is $600 change in value. So as the price goes up and as your option becomes more in the money, your delta will continue to increase until it gets as large as 100%. Likewise, as the stock goes down and your option becomes more out of the money, your delta will decrease, okay?
So the delta then that you refer to actually helps investors or traders determine which option is the best one to buy based on what their outlook is for the stock.
Absolutely. So basically what you said is absolutely correct. When deciding which option to get into, you want to pay attention to your delta because that is going to give you an idea at the beginning how much your option will increase or decrease in value based on the underlying price movement of the stock. Now, in a future article, I'm going to go over when it's most appropriate to buy an out-of-the-money option or when you would be better off buying an in-the-money option, and we are going to key in on delta to make this decision. But in short, knowing what your option's delta is, I believe, is key in being able to determine which option to get into.
Going to call that Delta Force Revisited?
Yeah, I think so.
Part 2. By the way, do you own any of the underlying shares of Amazon?
I don't have the actual shares of Amazon, but I do have a bunch of written puts on Amazon, which is a bullish strategy.
So you do have a position in
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm still out of money. Doesn't really matter, but Kevin is going to be back. Not if I keep listening to these. Kevin's back here every week to give you a lot more information to help you know your options. And if you are seeing this outside of Zacks.com, we encourage you to get to our website for a text version of this piece. If you scroll down the homepage, you'll come to the headline and you can click on it and it'll take you right to it. With Kevin Matras, I'm Terry Ruffalo.